Hi, this is Rachel at Tarot Dreams, and as most of you know, I'm an intuitive, and I believe that there are signs and synchronicities in our daily lives that are meant to provide us with a deeper understanding on our spiritual path and guide us in this experience. I'd like to share some of the potential energies that I see coming down the pike and some of the messages that I've received based on intuition, foresight, dreams, channeled energies, just various energies. So I want to thank you first and foremost for visiting my platform. I truly appreciate you all. Don't forget to hit the thumbs up as it helps in the algorithm, and subscribe if you're not already subscribed. So stay tuned, and we are going to get into this coming energy. All right, let's go ahead and unwrap some of the energies that I've been seeing for 2025. If you haven't already caught some of the short little scenarios I've given of potential energies, they are in the January playlist. As I spoke, I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna hit some key things. But for 2025, we entered it. It was very fiery. It was very explosive. You could expect more of the same throughout the year. Now, 2025, we came into it with an emergence of hope. We were very hopeful, and we all had our eyes open, and we are watching. It's as if we're watching everything. And as you know, I had stated, if you watch some of my prior recordings, I had stated that this is going to be like a two-way mirror. There are going to be things that are going on behind the scenes that you will not be aware of. Now, with some of the information that I've been receiving, some of us may feel like we are caught off guard. There are some that are going to feel like they got caught with their pants down and they're trying to get them on fast enough. Now, these are intuitive feelings of like on the world stage, a feeling of being boxed in, catching it in enough time. So we're in a very transformative year, okay? Very transformative, and we're in the early stages where we would be in like the tadpole stages where there's potential energy for change from water to land. All right, for some reason that's very, very important, the water to land. So we also have the evolution of, we're going to start seeing what is going to be beyond 2025. So we've got unrealized potential that we're going to be seeing in 2025, like little hints, little gleans. There's going to be, as chapters end, there's going to be new life cycles. We'll be adapting to a lot of the changes that are going to happen. And we just need to remember to try to move through a lot of this gracefully. There's going to be global acquisitions, more than one. There are, what I have been seeing, definitely some sour milk kind of vibes with other countries. I'm going to get into that in a minute. So we've got global acquisitions, okay? We've got the two-way mirrors. There's a lot of things that you won't see. We've got a lot of things going on with Fauci behind the scenes as well. You're going to start seeing in your news cycle, or however it is that you get the news, you're going to start seeing a lot about artificial wombs. You're going to start seeing a lot of stuff about IVF. There's a reason to that. Now remember, this is a potential energy that I'm picking up, but you should start seeing in 2025 things about artificial wombs. You'll see things about cloning. You'll see things about you'll see the whole reorganization of like adoption and foster care, having children, surrogacy. You're going to see things along that nature. Now you're going to start to see it really ramp up towards the end of 2025. You're starting to see it more than likely now in the news cycle just coming out about the artificial wombs. Now, the potential energies that I see is that at least by 2028, there's going to be a big shock. Could come in 2025, don't think so. But it will be revealed before the end of this 4 years that the population count is significantly less than what everybody believes it to be. Now, I keep seeing a lot to do with the Georgia Guidestones in that respect. I don't want to state with 100% figuring this out correctly. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to say this. Georgia Guidestones, prior to the internet, when my mother, actually, I thought they were a lot older than what they were by the way that she talked about them. But in any event, when all that stuff went down with the Georgia Guidestones, I had looked it up about what the population was back when they first were erected. And it was, if memory serves correctly, we had like 365 million Americans, but we were close to, not quite, but close to 4 billion people when they were erected. Now, the potential energy that I am seeing, is that there is going to be a great shock that at some point during the current administration, or I should say the Trump administration, second administration, you're going to find out that the population has decreased from 8 billion. That's what it was in 2019, prior to the C word. It was 8 billion, and you're going to find out that it will be about 4.648 billion people. Now, I do see some kind of event that they are giving me 2 billion or close to 2 billion will be affected by some event. I'm not really sure what it is, and when I get more clarification, I'll let you know. But by that time, there's going to be some little upticks where they're going to make it look like birth rates may start to increase, but they're not. They're significantly decreasing, and they will continue to decrease. So you're going to see a lot of things about how giving birth is going to change, and the struggle to actually have that. So you're going to see artificial wombs. You're going to see IVF pick up. You're going to see surrogacy pick up. Cloning is definitely going to be back on the market again. They tried it once before. It's going to come back. Then you got the AI, which a lot of the AI laws about sentence that will be coming in probably around the end of I'm going to say 2028. Once again, I'm going to just make this from 2025 and beyond. But we've got the AI laws. They're going to be getting those down, because there's also going to be not only the laws about it, the way it's used, the way we are going to interact with it, but also if it becomes sentient, which it may already be, its right to life or its right to its consciousness. And I know that's a whole nother theory, but that's going to come down the pike as well. We've got a major data. Now, I don't know if this is going to be a data breach, but what I get with it is the reference like holy balls and, holy. I don't know if it's going to be records exposed at the Vatican or if it is going to be the mother of all breaches, but there is one coming down the pike. Now, that also leads me into, records being coming out of the Vatican, which is going to shake some people and their spirituality. You're also going to start hearing about underground cities, underground being the key word, underground tunnels, underground cities. You're going to start hearing about that a lot. There might be an attempt to crash the market. I got a weird vibe around that one. I'm not really sure what it is that they're going to do, but they're going to try. Now, I've been seeing a lot of things like, I had to look this up, so I'm not really sure. I was seeing a flag, and it was red, yellow, and black. But there may have been a little bit of green, or I don't know. I was kind of seeing a bruise around it. So I'm not really sure. But when I looked it up, it was like Yemen, Turkey, Istanbul, or places around that. So I was picking up something with that. And I'm not really sure what's going down the pike. See, what they're showing me now, I'm sorry if I sound like I'm getting distracted, is because they're trying to take me back to when I was saying some of the things coming down the pike and about being boxed in and the emergence of hope in all eyes. I'm seeing something about 4 major deaths, and I'm not really sure who they are. They're not showing me, but there's going to be 4 major deaths from what I'm seeing in 2025. I'm also seeing something about a reception table. It's something to do with a reception, but it looks like it's at a fairground because there's a barn. There's a barn, and then there's a reception table, just like a big fold-out long card table of some sort. But it's a reception table. But then I'm seeing being informed of 4 deaths at this reception table. It's really weird of how I'm seeing that. I don't know. I have to get back to that because that's coming. Now we've got, I think January 29th, we've got the year of the wood snake. So once again, wood snakes are very observant. They're very intelligent. They're very secretive. They like to stay hidden. So this is definitely somebody behind the scenes, I'm getting. Now, they wait for their prey, the wood snakes do. They're kind of like ambush is what I'm getting. Ambush. There's an ambush of some sort. All right. And they're showing me that boxed in, not to the liking, and they just showed me something about Reagan, something about the car doors, like when they were open, they were ambushed. So they just showed me something about that as I was getting ready. I was not going, just so you know, I was not going in this direction on the year of the wood snake. What I was going to say is that wood snakes tend to be observant. Intelligent, they keep secrets, they're highly intuitive. They don't like to, they're very introverted. They like to stay hidden. I keep getting the ambush thing with that. So, I want to make note of that. There's some kind of ambush, that takes place. And something about they're something about car doors or something. I'm not really sure. And I think that's how they got Reagan, or I'm not really sure, but either that or I'm seeing a scene out of a movie. I'm not really sure, to be honest with you. All right, so let's try. I'm going to try to move past that because I was getting something about Yemen and Turkey, Istanbul, and I already got sour milk with Israel, but I think that's already in the current news. Yeah, this isn't really letting me go with that ambush. Now, I do see, like I said, I'm trying to see if I can get any more clarification. I can't. I don't know if the 4 major deaths has anything to do with that ambush, but I do see some type of ambush. Now, I also see, or I did see that I made note of that they are going to make a large push somewhere during the bio checks for. It might be centered around that crash, the financial crash, the market crash. But I see that as attempted. I don't really see it as being successful, but I see something connected with the data that, there's going to be a big push at some point for a biochip, and that's coming down the pike as well. I'm seeing a lot to do with coding at this point. I'm not really sure what that is about. I'm trying not to digress. All right, so two-way mirror energy, the population count. There's going to be global acquisitions. You're going to start hearing things about the underground cities. You got at least 4 major deaths. In the UK, I keep seeing the thing with King Charles. Now, I know it's a potential energy, and I think I'm still seeing it as January. It hasn't changed. So I'm not really sure what's up with that. And I still keep hearing King Louis. I don't know what's up with that, because I know that there are 2 other children in front of, with William's and Kate's children, but I still keep hearing the King Louis, so I'm not really sure. That would be way in the future, but I'm not really sure what that's about either. But I keep hearing that. So just know that right now, with that snake energy, financially, I'm not saying it's going to be a bad year. I'm not saying that at all. But I'm saying be observant. Be watchful of the trends. A lot of the trends that you're going to want to go towards will be environmental. And I do not mean like the climate change or the things that they've had in the past. But I'm saying environmental on issues like, trying to repair some of the damage that's been done to the oceans, and like disposing of plastic and, the proper way, or reusing it, just things of that nature. Bloodlines. Now they're showing me bloodlines. So, yeah. So, I don't believe that they have been able to make a synthetic O negative blood, the RH negative. I don't believe that will, but there's something about the bloodlines. So there's something about the ancestry type of DNA collection of some sort. I don't know. They're kind of showing me a registry. I don't know what that's about, but some kind of registry. I'm not really sure what that's about. So it's just another thing about data and trying to I don't know. Something to do with the bloodlines and Rh negative. Now, people have asked me about, extraterrestrials. And what I've got to say to that is yes, and I will keep saying it, they exist. Yes, I even think they are among us. Yes, I do think there are undersea bases. I do believe there are mountain bases. I do believe there are bases that they are interacting with. Mountain bases, underground bases. I do believe that. I believe that there are hybrids. I don't believe that everybody is ready for it. And I do believe that, with everything coming about with a lot of the medications that have been on the market and what's coming down the pike as what is going to be taken off the market, and things that are going to be revised and revamped. You've got the Department of Education is going to be revamped. You've got the local unions. I think I've mentioned this in my other videos, so I don't want to get onto that. But you've got a lot of other things that are going to be taking place. So 2025 on the world stage is going to be busy because I keep seeing it as an acquisition year. I keep seeing it as a make or break. It's things that are going to end but are going to be transformed into something else. I also saw Hollywood crumbling, and as everybody knows, it has been crumbling. And with the fires and everything else in California, it's just all, I do see that Mexico, there's something going on behind the scenes with Mexico right now. I just got the two-way mirror with that. They could be two ways. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and stop it here and now. I apologize if it wasn't really cohesive, but I keep getting a lot of imagery right now, especially with the bloodlines, the data breach. And somebody's hidden a hidden snake is what I see. So, and they're taking me back to the boxed in. They're taking me back to the boxed in and the ambush. So I'm not really sure what that's about either. So let's just say that 2025 promises to be very transformative. It's got the potential. Once again, we're coming from water-based to land-based. A lot to do with water rights in 2025. There's a lot of things going on with the global acquisitions because of the water rights. I think that was a theme that I was picking up on during the year with some of my other messages, was the water rights. And it looks like the water rights is going to be a big thing, and space rights. Space. You've got the things going on with the drones. I believe that a lot of it is to do with space rights and with defense. So I believe that's going to come out as well. There were some things that were trying to be pushed through under the guise of something else, and that was stopped. But there are threats. So we went from bio wars to we're going to space wars, and it won't be exactly like a Star Wars movie, but it will be the beginning of the preemptive of what you can expect, because we are going into space wars, land wars. We're going into land wars, transformative land wars. They'll be going through space, the satellites, everything. It's just I see 2025 through 2028 might be a little bit Yeah, a little bit of turmoil there, but it's transformation, and things are going to change, and we're going to need to adapt gracefully is the message that I keep getting. So at any rate, I'm going to go ahead and stop this now. If I get more off of the repeat that I'm on right now that's interrupting this, I will be sure to come back with a PSA to clarify it. If you have any questions, you can drop it in the comments. If you want to email me, you can go ahead and check out my description box. But that's basically the information I have right now. Look out for those artificial wombs. You're going to see that too. They're showing me surrogacy. They're showing me a very stark decline in the population. People will be shocked. But they're also showing me that cloud again. Yeah. So, any event, I'm going to go ahead and end this here. And comments below. Don't forget the thumbs up. And I thank you so very much for stopping by. I appreciate you all.